Good morning, children. This class we are going to revise for the unit test 2. I hope already you have received the portion. Portion is one lesson, that is changes around this lesson only, but whole lesson. Okay, everything you have to learn right from one word answers up to detailed answers. Okay, and also you should know about the pattern, children. Actually, for 30 marks you are going to write for the science test. 10 marks in physics, 10 marks in chemistry, and the remaining 10 marks in biology. Okay, the all are short answers only. Okay, actually 5 questions you will be getting. Each question carries 2 marks. Okay, so 5 into 2, that is 10 marks. Out of 10 marks in each subject you are going to write. Okay, you have to read the questions twice, children. At least twice you have to read the questions and put the question number correctly. And presentation is very important. Okay, so underline the you have to highlight the important points or contents in that particular answer and put the question number correctly. That is also very important. Okay, don't scribble, write neatly, use ink pen. Right, children? So this session we are going to revise for the unit test. Okay. So all the short answers, because one word answers you are going to write in the neat test. So you have to concentrate the 2 mark questions as well as detailed answer. Right? So take your book. Take page number 112. You have to concentrate more in Roman letter 5 answer briefly, Roman letter 6 answer in detail, and Roman letter 7 higher order thinking questions, that is hard questions. Roman letter 8 value based questions, no need to learn. Okay, so you have to learn Roman letter 5, 6 and 7. All questions you have to learn, right? So first question, define a chemical reaction. Chemical changes are also called a chemical reaction, right? One or more substances undergo chemical reaction to form one or more new substances. Okay, hence reactant gives product. Okay, single reactant you will be getting, after chemical reaction you will be getting single product. One or more substances means you will be getting one or more products. Okay. So chemical reaction means chemical changes are also called chemical reactions. Here one or more substances undergo chemical reactions to form one or more new products. Okay. So reactant gives product. That's it, right? Second question. Mention the various conditions required for a chemical reaction to occur. So some chemical conditions are required for a chemical reaction to take place. What are the conditions? First one, solution of reactants. Okay, solution of reactants and reactions based on electricity. Okay, and then based on heat, and then light, catalyst. So these are some of the conditions required for a chemical change to take place. Okay, what are the conditions? One is electricity, heat, light, catalyst, solution of reactants, okay, and contact at physical states. These are some of the conditions required for a chemical reaction to take place. You have to write one by one. Okay. Next question, define catalysis. So some chemical substances are used to alter the chemical reaction. Okay, some chemical substances are used in industries to speed up the chemical reaction. This process is known as the what? Catalyst. Okay, so speed of the chemical reaction actually it is influenced by using catalyst. Okay, this process is known as catalysis. Next one, what happens when an iron nail is placed in copper sulfate solution? Here, copper is displaced by iron and form ferrous sulfate. This is the main concept behind this question, right? Next one, what is pollution? You know very well. Pollution is nothing but an undesirable changes that takes place in physical, chemical and biological properties of the environment. This is called pollution. Okay, here you have to underline the undesirable changes that takes place in physical, chemical and biological properties or substances. Okay. Next, what is tarnish? tarnishing? Give an example. Some silver substances or metals, it lose their shiny appearance because of chemical reaction. Okay, for example, silver turns black. This is due to chemical reaction only. Here that metal loses its shiny appearance because of chemical reaction. Okay, so this is called the tarnishing. Next one, what happens to the brine during electrolysis? Brine is nothing but concentrated solution of sodium chloride. When this sodium chloride is electrolyzed, it produces hydrogen as well as chlorine gases. Okay, so concentrated solution of sodium chloride is nothing but brine. Okay, BRINE. That is, brine means concentrated solution of sodium chloride. When it is electrolyzed, it produces hydrogen as well as chlorine gases. Okay, along with sodium hydroxide. Next one, on heating, calcium carbonate gives calcium oxide and oxygen. Is it an exothermic reaction or an endothermic reaction? This reaction is nothing but endothermic reaction. Why? Because heat is absorbed here. Okay. What is the difference between exothermic and endothermic reaction? Exothermic reaction means substances involving liberation of heat or evolution of heat are called exothermic reaction. Otherwise, exothermic reaction releases energy, whereas endothermic reaction means chemical reactions involving absorption of heat. Okay, so endothermic reaction absorbs the energy. So the answer is endothermic reaction because heat is absorbed here, right? Next question, what is the role of catalyst in a chemical reaction? Already I told you, in industry some chemical substances are used to speed up the chemical reaction. For example, for the manufacture of ammonia in Haber's process, metallic iron is used as a catalyst. Because of this metallic iron, this manufacture of ammonia, that process it will take place in a quick manner. Okay, here this chemical substance alters, that is speed up the chemical reactions. Okay, that is the role here. Next one, why photosynthesis is a chemical reaction? Photosynthesis you know very well. It is a process in which the light energy from the sun is used by the plants to prepare starch and carbon dioxide. To prepare starch, isn't it? From carbon dioxide and water. Here, the sunlight uses the chemical reactions in between carbon dioxide and water and ends up in the production of starch. This is nothing but photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means production, light production. Okay. So, next answer in detail. Explain the environmental effects of chemical reaction. Here you have to mention pollution, rusting as well as tarnishing. Okay, pollution part is very important. You have to explain about this. You can use your own words also, but it should be meaningful. Okay. Next one, explain how food items are spoiled by chemical reactions. Here you have to mention spoilage of food, rancidity of fishes and meat, and apples and vegetables turn brown on cut. What is the reason behind this? What enzymes is behind this? What is the role of that enzyme? This is due to oxidation or what process. All these things you have to explain for this question, right? So next, explain any three conditions that is required for a chemical reaction to take place. Okay, many conditions these are. You can explain about any three conditions, about light, about heat, or about catalyst, or about the solution of reactants, contact and physical states. Any three you have to give. Three conditions you should mention with some example. Okay. Next, come to Roman letter 7, higher order thinking question, in short for hot question. Hot question means higher order thinking question. Okay. Explain the role of yeast in making cakes and buns in a bakery. That's the first question. Yeast is nothing but yeast is a single cell fungus. Okay. So yeast is a bioorganic catalyst. Yeast is a bioorganic catalyst. A carbon dioxide is generated by the yeast as a result of the breakdown of fermentable sugar in the dough and make cakes to rise. What is the role of yeast here? First line you have to mention about yeast in a single line. So yeast is nothing but a bioorganic catalyst. Okay, here in yeast, carbon dioxide is generated by the yeast as a result of the breakdown of fermentable sugars in the dough and make cakes to rise. So this role only yeast is playing. Okay, so yeast is nothing but a bioorganic catalyst. Here carbon dioxide gas is generated by the yeast as a result of breakdown of fermentable sugars in the dough and make cakes to rise. Okay. So what is the second question? The second question is, burning of fossil fuels is responsible for global warming. You know very well about it. Okay. Because global warming is mainly due to burning of fossil fuels, isn't it? We have to justify the statement for that. The combustion of fossil fuels releases a large amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. We are using many vehicles, isn't it? So that even carbon monoxide as well as carbon dioxide gas is released in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, not only carbon dioxide, even methane, chlorofluorocarbons, in short CFC, and carbon dioxide gas is a greenhouse gas. Okay, so these gases are responsible for global warming. Okay, mainly carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas and carbon dioxide is responsible for global warming. Human beings burn fossil fuels releasing large amount of pollution, isn't it? Human beings generally they burn lot of fossil fuels. So due to this, what is happening? It releases a large amount of pollution and also trapping more and more heat in the atmosphere. Okay, so this is the answer for the second question. Next, discuss how acid rain occurs due to emission of smoke from vehicles and industries. Actually, rain becomes acidic due to the presence of certain pollutants. Okay, rain becomes acidic due to the presence of certain pollutants in the air released by vehicles. This is also you know very well. Acid rain is caused by emission of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. You have to highlight these two gases. Okay, what is that? One is sulfur dioxide and another one is the nitrogen oxide. That is, acid rain is caused by emission of, emission is nothing but releasing of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. These two gases react with the water molecules in the atmosphere and causes the acid rain. Okay, so these two gases you just underline it, highlight these two gases. Next one, is rusting good for iron materials? Explain. No, rusting is not good for good. Rusting is not good actually, because rust is nothing but iron oxide, isn't it? So rust is nothing but a form of a iron oxide. It occurs when iron combines with oxygen which is present in the air, causing it to corrode. Okay, rust affects iron and its alloys. Alloys means it's nothing but combination of two or more metallic elements, that is called alloys. So this rust makes them weaker, replacing the strong iron with flaky powder. Okay, flaky powder, that is in the powdery form, that is called the flaky powder. Rust is nothing but a form of iron oxide. It occurs when iron combines with oxygen which is present in the air, causing it to corrode. Rust affects iron and its alloys. It makes them weaker, replacing the stronger iron with flaky powder. So rust is not good. Okay, rust is not good for iron materials. Next, do all the fruits and vegetables undergo browning? No, of course not. Okay, all the fruits and vegetables will not undergo browning. That is the enzyme polyphenol oxidase or tyrosinase. You have to underline, highlight this enzyme name. Polyphenol oxidase, in the bracket you put PPO. PPO means polyphenol oxidase or tyrosinase. When in contact with oxygen, it catalyzes a biochemical reaction. Okay, biochemical reaction means substances involving biochemical substances. Okay, it catalyzes a biochemical reaction in which phenolic compounds present in plants becomes a brown pigment. That pigment is known as melanin pigment. Okay, so all the fruits and vegetables will not undergo browning. Only few fruits and vegetables only will undergo browning. This is due to the enzyme called polyphenol oxidase or tyrosinase. Okay, and mainly a brown pigment which is formed known as the melanin. That is due to melanin pigment. Okay. Next question. Classify the following day-to-day activities based on chemical reactions. Okay. So, what a lot of chemical substances we are using in our day-to-day life. In that we have to classify the following activities. Some activities will be given to you. You have to classify it, whether it will come under contact in physical state or solution of reactant, whether it is a chemical change or otherwise it is a physical change. These things you have to mention it. For example, first one, burning of crackers during festivals. So if you burn crackers, it will produce, it will just explode it with heat as well as light also will produce. This is nothing but chemical substances which is present in the crackers. It actually undergoes chemical reaction to form heat as well as light. Also it will burn, isn't it? So it is nothing but chemical reaction, or otherwise you have to mention chemical change. Okay, so burning of crackers during festivals is nothing but a chemical change only. Why? Because chemical substances present in the crackers makes this to explode. Okay, next, fading of colored clothes on drying under sunlight. Sunlight, photosynthesis, you know very well, it is nothing but a chemical process only, isn't it? So this activity is due to chemical change as well as physical change also. What's the answer for fading of colored clothes on drying under sunlight? Both answers you have to mention. One is a chemical change, another is a physical change. Okay. Next, cooking of eggs. Cooking of eggs is nothing but chemical reaction only. Okay. Next, charging of batteries. Charging of batteries is also nothing but chemical change. Okay. So, what are the following activities? One is burning of crackers during festivals. It is due to chemical change. Next, fading of colored clothes on drying under sunlight. This is due to physical change as well as chemical change. Next, cooking of eggs. It is due to chemical change only. And finally, charging of batteries. Charging of batteries is due to chemical change. Okay. So, all these questions you have to go through, children. And Roman letter 4 match the following is given. No, that match the following also you should learn. Sometimes you may get match the following in the short answer. Okay. So, you have to concentrate in Roman letter 4, 5, 6 and 7. Roman letter 8 value based questions, no need to learn, right? You concentrate more in Roman letter 5, Roman letter 7. Okay. And also Roman letter 6 also you should not omit to learn the detailed answer. Okay. That's all, children. Prepare well for the test and write the test well. All the best. Thank you.